In 1914, the First World War began, and the flames of war rapidly spread across Europe. At that time, Adolf Hitler was living in Munich, Germany, searching for his future. The news of the outbreak of war completely changed the direction of his life. He decided to volunteer for the German army. Hitler officially applied to join the German army. His application was accepted, and he was enlisted in the Bavarian army. After joining the army, he underwent rigorous military training. During training, he learned discipline, weapon handling, and the rules of warfare. Shortly afterward, he was deployed to the Western Front, where fierce fighting was taking place. He was assigned as a military messenger. A messenger's duty was to deliver important orders and information between military units. At that time, this was considered one of the most dangerous roles in the army. Many times, he had to move through enemy gunfire and artillery bombardments. Every mission placed his life in serious danger. Nevertheless, he continued to carry out all of his military duties without retreating. His officers praised his bravery, discipline, and sense of responsibility. His experiences on the battlefield began to deeply influence his personality and outlook. For the first time, he felt that he was part of a larger national purpose. In the years to come, this war would prove to be the most significant turning point in his life. The First World War set Adolf Hitler's life on a path that would later have a profound impact on world history. For the next 4 years, Adolf Hitler remained deployed with the German army on the Western Front. The Western Front was considered the most dangerous and bloodiest battlefield of the First World War. Day and night, the battlefield echoed with artillery fire, machine guns, and exploding shells. During the war, Hitler witnessed many fierce and devastating battles firsthand. In every major offensive, thousands of soldiers were killed or seriously wounded within hours. The battlefield was filled with smoke, mud, broken weapons, and fallen soldiers. As a military messenger, he repeatedly had to cross dangerous areas. Many times, he completed his missions despite enemy gunfire and artillery bombardment. Even under these dangerous conditions, he continued to carry out his duties. During the war, he was wounded on 2 separate occasions. After being wounded, he received medical treatment and was temporarily removed from the front lines. After recovering, he returned to military service and continued serving. His courage and dedication were praised by his superior officers. He received several military decorations for bravery and distinguished service. Among them was the famous Iron Cross awarded for acts of bravery. The war years gave him deep experience in discipline, hardship, and military life. Constant exposure to violence and destruction had a profound impact on his thinking and personality. For him, the war became more than a military conflict, it became a life-changing experience. These experiences would later influence his political views and decisions. These 4 years of war proved to be the most decisive and transformative period of Adolf Hitler's life. By 1918, the First World War had entered its final phase, and Germany's position was steadily weakening. 4 years of continuous war had exhausted the German army, the economy, and the civilian population. Finally, on November 11, 1918, Germany accepted the armistice. With this announcement, the fighting of the First World War officially came to an end. At that time, Adolf Hitler was still serving in the army and witnessing the events of the war firsthand. The news of Germany's defeat left him deeply shocked and devastated. For him, it was not only a military defeat but also a deep blow to national pride. He found it difficult to believe that the powerful German Empire had lost the war. In his view, many soldiers on the front had continued to fulfill their duties until the very end. He believed that the soldiers had not lost their courage or determination on the battlefield. Hitler believed that Germany's weakness was not caused by the battlefield alone. He believed that political unrest and instability within the country had also weakened Germany. At that time, protests against the government and political turmoil were increasing across Germany. These events had a profound influence on his thinking and outlook. Germany's defeat became a decisive psychological turning point in his life. After this, he began taking a greater interest in politics and national affairs. His interpretation of Germany's defeat would later appear repeatedly in his public speeches. According to historians, the experiences of this period influenced many of his later political ideas. The end of the war marked the end of his role as a soldier and prepared the way for his political journey. Germany's defeat in 1918 had a profound impact on Adolf Hitler's thinking and future direction, shaping a path that would later play a significant role in German politics. After the First World War ended, Germany fell into a deep economic and political crisis. 4 years of war had severely weakened the country's economy. Many factories began shutting down, leaving millions of people without jobs. Unemployment spread rapidly across the country, and family incomes continued to decline. Many soldiers returned from the war, but there were not enough job opportunities for them. Ordinary citizens began struggling to buy food, clothing, and other essential goods. Inflation continued to rise, and the prices of everyday goods increased rapidly. People's savings gradually lost their value, increasing financial insecurity. Poor and middle-class families were among the hardest hit. Public dissatisfaction and anger toward the government continued to grow. Political parties began competing intensely for power. Groups with different political ideologies began organizing their supporters. Protests, strikes, and political clashes began taking place in many parts of the country. In some regions, violence and unrest began disrupting everyday life. The new government found it extremely difficult to maintain stability across the country. Deep concern and uncertainty about Germany's future spread among the population. Economic hardship and political instability further increased tensions within society. During these difficult times, many new political leaders and organizations began gaining public support. Germany had entered a period in which every political decision could shape its future. This unstable post-war environment would eventually lay the foundation for major political changes in Germany. After World War I ended, Adolf Hitler remained in the German army for some time. Germany was experiencing growing political instability, and many new political organizations were emerging. The German army closely monitored the country's changing political situation. For this reason, some soldiers were assigned special duties. Hitler was assigned the task of observing political activities. His responsibility was to gather information about political organizations and meetings. He attended meetings of different groups to observe their ideas and activities. Various political parties presented their ideas to the public during these meetings. Different political leaders held different opinions about Germany's future. Hitler listened carefully to these discussions and studied them closely. Gradually, his interest in politics grew stronger. He became especially interested in public speeches and political debates. These meetings gave him the opportunity to closely understand Germany's political situation. He attended these meetings only as a listener. He reported his observations about these meetings and organizations to the army. During this period, he became acquainted with several small political parties and their leaders.